Hey, B plus, how are you this evening? I thank you very much for being here. Tonight is going to be an awesome evening. I've collected some questions over the past um, number of episodes, and I just want to take some time to answer these questions. There's a lot of people in the industry that have a lot of knowledge, and I'm just a guy that wants to share my viewpoint on these questions. None of it is um, exact. None of it is, for certain. This is just what works for us, or it's my opinions on what we do here. So, first question I have is from Vinny Benvenue. Bienvenue. Please forgive me if I have, uh, you know, hurt the name here. Okay. His question is this: how large of a company do you think is feasible to start up with TintWiz? Well, Vinny, my question to you is how big of a company do you want to be? And I don't mean that by in a sarcastic way. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. So uh, let's think about that for a second. TintWiz. The purpose of TintWiz is to organize you, expand your bandwidth within your company. If you're a small company now, you're doing a lot of things. You're answering the phones. You're doing the paperwork. You're upselling. You're doing a lot of the heavy lifting besides just tinting the cars or tinting out in the field. All of the attributes of TintWiz are going to help you grow your business. I say do it now. Okay. TintWiz is going to help you in all of those ways I just explained, as well as they're going to up your game in customer relation. TintWiz is going to give you inventory control, and when you're not real big and real busy and really slammed, that's a perfect time to get used to the product. I would recommend everybody start TintWiz early on and grow with it. It's got more in there than you can imagine. So, that was a great question. I really appreciate that, Vinny. Thank you for watching. And let's go to the next one. Casey Johnson, thank you for tuning in to the show and wanting to be plus, be all you can be. You ask here two questions. One, any advice for people new to the industry? I believe you can't learn enough about your craft. Okay, when you're new to the industry, that might mean something a little bit differently to you than when you've been in the industry for a while. So your craft when you're new to the industry is, how do I get that car tinted well? How do I get those windows tinted well in the house? How do I keep the house from being a mess? Get water on the wall? All these questions. There's plenty of ways, and we're going to answer those questions here a little bit further. But digging deep when you're new in the industry, learning your craft, there's a side of your business that you need to think about, and that is business. There's lots of places to get good advice on that. Patrick Fransco has a wonderful business mind. Window Film Pros, okay? You can also learn a lot from Window Film Revolution. Rick Tolman, I mean, he's just one of the pillars in our industry. TintWiz app, again, is going to help you learn and grow in your inventory control and your paperwork and how to treat the customers. So I feel that, for people new to the industry, learn your craft, both from install and put as much time into learning the business side of your craft as well. You did ask another question here. Any advice on moving into flat glass? So I'm going to assume you do cars now and that you're looking to scale your business in a way that a lot of us want to, and that is probably starting residentially. Residentially, you've got customers coming to you on a regular basis with their cars, and when you cross promote, you see these signs here. I've got, when you cross promote, this is one that that we've got in our lobby for commercial. We've got plenty in the lobby for residential as well. All of your customers are going to be a great place to start talking to them. By the way, we have window films that we can put on your house that aren't dark, like the films for your car. Okay, sometimes you don't even know they're there and they're blocking heat. So that's probably the first part I would do. And then moving into flat glass, again, residentially, hey, yard signs work, okay? When you do a job successfully, you ask the people ahead of time if you can put a yard sign in their yard, and you'd be surprised how many calls you'll get off that. Okay, I personally like to chart out subdivisions, okay, in my area. And then I go and I literally, my team, we will canvass the main arteries going into subdivisions. They're generally large subdivisions, and so right in the entryway, we give away a window so that customer can experience our product, and in trade for letting us put a yard sign in their yard for the summer. And if you get 2 or 3 in each of the arteries that feed these subdivisions, you'll be getting calls. I would also highly recommend that you track your subdivisions and see which ones are working and which ones aren't. They're not all created equal. You'll find that out. And knowing that from the gate is going to be a big plus for you. Okay? So then commercially, well, that's relational. To me, commercially is relational. I would recommend that you get with every contractor, glass company, blinds company, designer, decorator, architect in your area, and you're not going to achieve that all overnight. This is going to be something that's going to be ongoing. You're going to be developing it. But man, what a great question. Moving into flat glass. There's a lot to it, and there's a lot of rewards waiting for you on the other side. Now, here's a great question. Okay, and we're just going to kind of go through them pretty quick. Sharon Rose Butler asked a really good question. Is there a tech school anywhere that offers classes? Well, Sharon, there are. You could get online and you can search, and I have a few dealers that have come through some of those online classes, and they're doing a great job. So they learned enough to get started, and now it's a matter of fine-tuning their craft in the labor side, which is what I'm assuming you're asking for here out of a tech school. However, excuse me, I've been in the industry since 1981, and I find that the best answer I can give you is a straight, honest answer. My honest answer is this: continue investing in yourself. Okay. What we're doing is I'm going to answer the tech school of choice for me at this time, and that's going to be Jason Omeletsky, the traveling tinter. I'm putting my money where my mouth is here with this answer. We've hired Jason to come into here to American Window Tinting it'll be July, and we can't wait to get him in. Folks, listen, Jason's an awesome guy. You need to get with him. You need to talk with him soon. Message him, anything. Jason Omaleski. I hope, I can't see comments here, but I'm hoping Angie can put the Jason's contact information there for you. Everyone here is super excited. We're already starting our wish list, what we need to ask of him, to make our skills even better. And I think that one sums it up there. Jason, we can't wait to see you, buddy. The only reason we waited to schedule you into July is because with Orlando coming up, man, that's going to be a lot of fun. And Tinder battles and something else you guys might not know. My landlord here, the tint shop has been here since '83, and I've owned this shop since 2000. And the landlord sold this property, so we had to get another property, and we actually made a purchase this time, so we're excited. And the time to move is now, so we're going to get all that done, and before we can have Jason come out. Now I just got a text in here. Let's see what it says here. Okay, you know what, it says Jason is there. So Jason is on here, guys. Reach out, talk to him. Okay, great guy. He'll do anything for you. I believe it. He's a nice guy. Okay. And let me tell you, I've heard of some of the fees out there, and he's very affordable. Okay. When I talked to him about coming on board here with our company, very affordable. I mean, it's a steal when you think of, the man's got his airlines and meals and room and all these things. And he's coming here with nothing to do but to pour into you. Okay. There is actually another thing that I would like to add to this. Team with your distributors. Team with your brand. Okay. We want the best for you. All right. We're going to give you all we can. Trust me that we're always researching and developing and learning new techniques, as you know, by bringing Jason in and many others that also do the same thing. And so all of us in the industry want the best for everybody. Team with your distributor, your rep, your brand, and I think that'll be a real good thing to do as well. Okay, the next questions I have here are from some good friends of mine. I've gone down to Texas and had lunch with them, and let me tell you, David and Tanya Pierce, okay, they're knocking it out of the park, y'all. Okay, David is more the install side and probably sells as well auto. His wife, Tanya, she is literally a beast out there in the field selling flat glass. David and Tanya, I hope you're here. You're asking here, your question is, give me your best sales pitch over the telephone to convince somebody to buy ceramic and explain the difference between the different qualities of film. Okay, this is a question I'm going to answer my way. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit, which is I start upselling from the top. I go from top down. Okay, generally speaking, when you're showing the best product that is available for you to offer, people are going to want that. And when you give them the price, if they balk at that price and you come down one level of film and you talk to them about its attributes or what they might be missing by letting go of the top film. You see what happens there? And then you remind them of the difference in price. Generally speaking, you're selling the difference of $200, $800, whatever that is, depending on the size of the job. And you just let them know what they'll be giving up, the attributes to that film as they come down. Okay? Generally speaking, I feel, my experience in selling flat glass, people want to know basically three things. One is, will it work? Okay? They're probably used to the industry. They haven't bought film before. If they move to your area and they've had film in the past, I mean, they almost tell you exactly what they want, you know. But they want to know, will it work? Will it look good? And can they afford it? So when you show them your best looking film and your best heat rejection qualities from the top, and now it's just a matter of can they afford that solve for that project at that time? I don't want to be tacky and say, well, if you can't afford it, then we'll come down to, that's the used car salesman stuff. But I sell from the top down, and basically they want to know, will it work? Will it look good? And can they afford it? Okay? I hope I answered that one pretty good. I would love to work with you more, Tanya and David, on that. If you want, give me a call, give me a buzz, send me a message, and we'll have fun with that. Here's a good one. Tanya and David, they asked this question as well. Okay, I would like to know which books you recommend. I believe leaders are readers. Okay, so we all invest in self in different ways. Some of us are audible books. Some of us like to read physical books. I like to read them as well. I get a little tired when I read them. It kind of mesmerizes me and I go to sleep. So audiobooks I can listen to on the road. I don't listen to the radio in my car. I just listen to books. My favorite books are, all-time favorite book is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But here are some that I really recommend. A little bit about systemization. Okay, how to be more efficient in your practices. Okay, it's called E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. Okay, great book. I've read it over and over, and it leads to another book which is called E-Myth Mastery, which helps you actually really apply more of systemization. And then, of course, Michael also sells a course you can take. All right. The next one I think is a must-have for anybody in flat glass for sure. People in auto can probably apply it. Every time I read it, I'm coming from flat glass frame of mind. It's called The Referral Engine. The Referral Engine. Okay, it's by John Janst. Janttsch. Okay, it's about training your business to become a referral conduit. Okay, whether it's inside your lobby, whether it's outside through referral partners, okay, such as, blinds companies and decorators, designers, so on, and how you can, create positive value for each other. Okay, I've been in many referral groups, networking groups, and my favorite one there is called BNI. And one thing that they talk about, and I'll quote them, is givers gain. If you want quality leads, you give leads. keep your referral partners in mind when you're out seeing your customers. If there are problems that your customers are speaking about as you get to know them a little bit, refer. And to me, the best referral is not to hand out a business card and say, here, call John. Okay? I feel the best way to say it is, Sally, I'm going to have John call you. I know John. We work together on many houses, commercial buildings, whatever it is. And I'll have John call you. He's a great guy. Okay? So the referral engine. Next one. Oh, this is great. Okay? When is the last time you looked at your own website? I know for me, it was a while. Okay? And I've got a lot of work to do on my websites. But I've read this book a couple of times over. And basically, when you look at a website, it has too much stuff all over it. Okay, we've all heard a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I would recommend simplifying your website, but in an intentional way that follows storyline. Okay, so if you read Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller, he says it much more eloquently than I ever will. Okay, that's a great book. I believe on the bookwork side, Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. I've listened to it 2-3 times here recently. It's about, some of my new dealers, I tell them about, they're getting into tinting and they're getting fast money. And I tell these guys, they have the same question, how do I scale? How do I move into flat? I tell them, and now it's none of my business what you do, but my recommendation is you're going to want to scale soon. So what you want to do is pay yourself as an installer and then pay yourself as the sales rep. So you're determining your budget for commissions for a sales rep, and you're determining you're creating your budget for your installer, and leave the rest in retained earnings. And as you grow, you're getting paid that amount. Then as you save money in retained earnings and you get to where you're equal to approximately 6 months worth of bills, you might be able to now stretch a little bit and hire an installer, hire a sales rep, and some of your income might go down, but you'll be able to make up for it out of the retained earnings. And then retained earnings also is going to help you stay out of trouble with the IRS. So anyway, Profit First, great book. If you want to learn all the little nuances to culture, mission statements, vision, personal vision and mission statements, and many things. Okay, I recommend, this is one of my all-time favorites. Dave Ramsey's got a book called Entree Leadership. He mixed the two words, okay, entrepreneur and leadership. Okay, so Entree Leadership. There's a podcast available to you called Entree Leadership. His book is just amazing. I've listened to it a few times over. Great books. David, Tanya, thank you for asking that question. I hope I've helped. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. This is going to be a great one. I talked about this man a little bit last week when I had Dean, the Mean Machine Mitchell, on with me. And Robert Ray Kelson. I hope I haven't harmed your name. Please forgive me. Okay. He's got four. He's sending, all kinds of questions, but these 4 here are what I wanted to touch on. Robert, thank you for tuning into B Plus and asking these questions, because whether I get to some of these answers that night or not, I like to teach through my guests, and you know, I try to pull out these nuggets. Well, the reason I wanted to do this question and answer tonight is because, I mean, I know Carrie put on there, hey, who wants to be on Bob's show? But I had planned out to do question and answer, except I want to get Miss Carrie on here personally. If you guys want to see Miss Carrie on here, she's the one who's done all the artwork for Tinner Battles. Okay? If you want to see her on here, everybody blow the screen up. Say, Miss Carrie, we love you and we want to see you on B+. Okay? Anyway, Robert. Excuse me. So he says, how do I bring people on as commission sales, estimators, tinters? I want to grow my company and scale up. I've been doing it all as a solo with his wife and his kids. Okay, that is awesome. Flat glass company, and would like to know more about what the next steps might look like. Any help or pitfalls to be aware of? Thanks so much in advance for all you guys do. Robert, thank you, my friend. Boy, there's a lot in that question. Let's just think about the most important thing when you're hiring people is your time, okay? Your time as a business owner. You've got to do what is best for your business, okay? And when you are running your business, you don't have time to waste. You need to bring the best people in to do the job. Now, it doesn't mean that you can go down to the local, staffing agency and get a forklift driver because you tint windows, okay? It's going to be hard to find window tinners, or it's going to be hard to find, people that work as a salesperson in an industry they know nothing about, okay? So you're going to need to be training, okay? Now that you know that, hire the best person as you can hire, okay? Hire for the quality attributes, their honesty, their integrity, their hustle, okay? Dave Ramsey says it best in Entree Leadership, but, he's got a whole section in there on hiring, and that's what I'm building myself. It's your culture that's gonna feed you back. We can teach anybody. Anybody with, those attributes, they're hungry, okay, for knowledge and to move their life forward. So those people are going to be engaged and they're going to want to grow. Okay. I know it might sound like I've sidestepped the question, but I'm just telling you from a fat old man that's been doing this for 40 plus years. That's the number one thing that I would do. So you've heard slow down to go faster. If you build the right team, that team is gonna keep growing with you. I'm so blessed, Robert. I'm surrounded by nothing but winners. Miss Courtney in sales, and Miss Angie, my tech, and our team mom, and office manager role. I mean, look at me light up here. Miss Kristen, okay, and she's our bookkeeper, and really, she's the one that keeps me and my wife from a divorce court, okay? I mean, she's just great, and we just have a good time. And then let's talk about, my field techs, okay? I mean, Miss Vicky was out today in St. Louis. I mean, she's just my all around. She'll do any facet of it. Now, don't get me wrong. My field techs, they all know how to do everything out there, okay? Flat glass, defense light, graphics, you name it. They know how to do it all. But Miss Vicky, if I had my hat on, my hat's off to you. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you. My son, Steven, great flat glass installer. Boy, he's a beast. And, I don't have to tell him. He won't come home till the job's done. As long as the customer doesn't kick him out, you can count on that job getting done that day, okay? Mr. Chad Davis. Chad, we were blessed to meet Chad. He was working at Domino's Pizza. Chad came with us. And let me tell you something, y'all. When you find a young man that learns enough about auto tinting in 1 week that you can kind of almost walk away from the bay and come back and check it when it's done. I mean, literally, we were selling 80% of his output after a week. This kid was a natural, okay? So then we have some others, part-timers that work with us. Osh, we appreciate you, buddy. You do a good job. You're a ball buster there. So anyway, it's about bring the right people on. So when you look for the right people, look first close, nieces, nephews, okay, and help them be all they can be. Offer the culture, offer what sets you apart from another business. The labor is not it. You don't have to promise them that, they're going to retire in 6 months, okay? It's all about the teamwork makes the dream work, okay? But that's how I train positions for commission sales. Yes, estimators, tinters. I train in-house and look for good people. Okay. Let's see. Any advice on scaling, solo, flat glass operation, wanting to grow on a shoestring budget? This is the next question by Robert. Any advice for scaling? And I like this part. Wanting to grow on a shoestring budget. Robert, yes. Back in the day, you really need to ask some old timers that, because back in the day, we only had really one form of advertising media, which was the Yellow Pages, unless you wanted to buy up in magazines or on the radio or TV wrapped around the news or something. Most of our growth came from shoestring budget items, okay? The best thing you can do is remember that besides the things I've mentioned here already, is that I wouldn't go hunting, hunt as you go, okay? That means that you don't put your sales hat on and your uniform and walk out the door and I'm going to go sell for an hour, okay? You sell everywhere you are, wherever you are, to anybody you're talking to, okay? That's a really good one, okay? Another thing for shoestring budget is the yard signs that we talked about for residential. One of the best things you can do is share your contact in your phone with every contractor, every designer, every decorator, every blinds company. Heck, read the book Referral Engine. That is going to be huge, huge. That book in there it's rapid fire when you're listening to it audio, okay? It's bam, 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 ideas after ideas. And you just pick and choose which ones are going to work for you. But that book is really going to help you there. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. Now, when you do have some money to invest in your advertising budget, I recommend, tune into Marketing Mondays. Patrick Franco's got some great ideas on that and how to stretch your advertising dollar. Patrick really knows what he's talking about when it comes to, Google AdWords and so on. So, we answered that one already. Okay. Do you have a sales team? Another last question by Robert. Do you have a sales team? And are they anything to be careful of? Are there any things to be careful of when trying to build one? Okay. Well, yes, I have a sales team. And the main thing about my sales team is that, okay, I'm going to back up a little bit. Rick Tallman on Window Film Revolution did a Cool View product giveaway. And, he asked a question and he assigned me to pick the winner. Okay. The question was, what do you do to get business? Okay. Or where do you draw your business? What type of business do you attract? There it is. Okay. What type of business do you attract? And we were getting some great answers. Okay. And what I did is I actually just wanted to ask the question again. And I put the emphasis on the you. We are all yous within a business. Okay. And so my sales team is my entire team, from my bookkeeper to my support staff in Solar Solutions distribution for Cool View Films, to outside sales reps filling funnels and filling the hopper for American Window Tinting, for our auto installers. Everybody is cross-trained. Everybody knows flat auto, and everybody hunts as they go. Okay? So that is my sales team. Are there any things to be careful of when trying to build one? Any thoughts on commission versus employees? Look, I've told you is what I believe to be the number one thing, and that is culture. You want the right people. You want the right people, and it's not necessarily for their talent at their craft. You're going to train that. They're going to learn that if they're hungry and they want to do better in life. Okay? I feel pitfalls can come from, not paying attention to your team culture. Okay? So you're wanting positive, humble people that are hungry to grow. I'm probably rambling because I'm having fun. But listen, I don't know if there's been any new questions, but we're going to get to them again soon. I don't see the comments down here. I can say, hit my buddy Jason up. We're going to have him out here in July. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. He's going to come in. He's not going to know what hit him. We've got a team of people that are going to be here just all standing around in the bay saying, teach me something. Fix me. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to have him out. Of course, we're going to meet him twice before then. Okay. Once is in Orlando at the IWFC competition and trade show. It's just going to be a great time. We've got some flat glass installers competing. We've got some auto installers competing. It's going to be great. The brand's going to be well represented. Okay. We're also Cool View is putting on an after show cocktail party. And that is going to be on Tuesday night, I believe, right after the show from 6 to 8. I'll have more details for you shortly. I'll be posting them and so on. It's open for any brand. Any of you guys that are going to be there, let me tell you the fun we're going to have, okay? I'm not sure exactly where they're having it, but I hear it's at a bar by the pool at the big hotel, okay, associated. So that's what we're working on. I'll have more information, but that's going to be on Tuesday night from 6 to 8. Well, guess what? That's time for our podcast. So we have been blessed with Eric DeVosh is going to be there. Jason Omeletsky is going to be there. They're going to both help me. We're going to be doing this live from Orlando, okay? And here's the thing. We're going to have as many of the tinner battles and any of y'all that want to come by. Let's have a good time. We're going to drag you in front of the camera. It's going to be a lot of fun, okay? So come on out. The tinner battle guys are all going to be there. Hopefully they'll have their garb on and representing themselves, because right after that, 2 days later, starts the tinner battles. Okay, Tinner Battles 2021. That's June 12th and 13th. Okay, Tintertainment. Man, my buddy Carlos is doing a bang-up job. Okay, He's put together this huge event, okay? And he's also, you know, taking care of some business in the way, okay? One is he's helped unifying the industry. So we're stronger together, okay? Both to our customers and to each other. What a great representation. He's also taking care of some charity events, one of which we're all very familiar with, Donnie Dixon. Donnie, we love you. I can't wait to have you back on the show, buddy. And listen, I talked with Marco today. You know that Marco was the first one that said on the Hawaii raffle, Coolview donated a Hawaiian trip, a week-long trip to Hawaii. The winner is actually going to get a day in the bay with Tommy Silva. Tommy Silva. Okay, literally 10 cars at a time. And I hope I'm not cutting it short. Literally 10 cars at a time in his shop. And he's way bigger in flat glass than that, okay? I mean, he's a huge Vista dealer and Formula One. The guy's just a beast in our industry. I've had him on here, man. The winner of the trip gets a day in the bay. And Marco said that if he wins, he's donating his trip to Donnie. Last week when Dean Mitchell was on, from his heart, he said the same thing. Dean said if he wins in the raffle, the tickets are $20, y'all. All the money goes to Donnie or goes to that charitable event. What Carlos is going to draw make the announcement at the Tinner Battles. All that money going to Donnie. So it's just amazing. You know, that's two of the industry greats right there. Marco and Dean, you know, donating their trip. They hope they win. Let's all root for them. And you know what? I challenge anybody else. If you guys want to do the same thing, do it. I've had, you know, my buddy who's competing with us in Bentonville, Arkansas at Tint Works, he bought tickets for his entire team, okay? So you window tinting shops out there, I challenge you to do the same thing, okay? One of my real good friends, he's a distributor and he appreciates me not, or a rep, appreciates me not bringing his name into, live camera, but he has also bought tickets for some of his dealers that are truly friends. Here at American Window Tinting, we've bought tickets for everybody. Hey, it's a trip to Hawaii, y'all. You get to donate to Donnie, and your name goes into this raffle to win a trip to Hawaii. Hello? That's awesome. And you get a day in the bay. You're going to have Polynesian, you got it, all that good stuff, boy, the fun, the sun. I mean, it's amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's move on. Listen, y'all, if you're not on TintWiz Community on Facebook, there are so many tips and tricks on TintWiz Community. I'd say that's more important to your growth in learning the TintWiz than just getting the app. Get on the TintWiz Community in Facebook. Join that group because everybody's got little different ways that they're using the app, okay? And, Eric poured his heart and soul into this product. We heard last week, or maybe it was the week before, I forget which one, but when he was on Jason's show, I mean, the guy's literally a beast in our industry. I mean, he's magnificent. He has grown a huge business in LA. He sold it, and all he wanted to do was give back to the industry, not brand specific, but to all brands, okay? And what he did is he's enriching everybody's life. Eric, we appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. So join the TintWiz Community on Facebook. Rick Tolman, what can I say, buddy? I was sporting your sweatshirt last time, but it's getting warmer out here now, Summer's coming, buddy. Hey, your thousands and thousands of people on Window Film Revolution. I mean, you guys, that is like, I have to say it's the best forum out, Okay, I mean, it's huge. You can post anything, any questions, and everybody is just a resource for each other. All brands are displayed. Um, it's not brand specific. It's just a place where we can all come together as the labor force in our industry and just get real. Okay, hey, you have a problem with a car, you have a problem with anything window tinting related, and Rick's Facebook platform, Window Film Revolution, is nailing it. And that's all because of you guys. Okay? Also, I mean, it takes all of us to do that one. Please don't forget my buddy Jason Omletsky tonight. Tuesdays, it'll be 8 o'clock Central. Tint Dude 3 on Instagram. #1 rated show on Instagram. Okay? And the traveling tinner will be there for you to tune into. He's a lot of fun. He's a lot more fun than I am, right? Hey, what about Liz? Liz, Spill the Beans podcast, Sundays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay? Liz gets after it, y'all. Liz gets after it. Here's somebody new to the podcast arena, and she just came in and said, "Get out the way. I'm here." Okay? I mean, and she's nailing it. Okay? She's also going to be at Tinner Battles. This is just going to be so fun. Now listen, I've saved this one for last because this is a very fun one. Okay? I mean, it really makes you think. Patrick Franco, besides Marketing Monday mornings, Patrick and Eric Devash have created on Clubhouse a forum for industry professionals to get together and talk a little deeper about certain topics. And they bring a topic up that's really gonna get you to thinking, and they don't have an outcome. What they do is they just kind of moderate it and help us all get active. And by the time that hour, I don't think it stops at an hour. I mean, people just want to keep going and keep going. It's amazing. So get an invite into Clubhouse and get on their show. And then, of course, Window Film Pros by Patrick as well. And, on his website, he's got the new tint laws. Listen, y'all, I've rambled a lot. If you want to see me next week, I will be in San Antonio at the Glass Texpo. Okay, I'll be at the booth with Mike Herrera, our national manager for Coolview and Defense Light. We're going to be doing a show in San Antonio at the convention center. And it's going to be a good time. Come on out. We'll be there doing product demonstrations, and it'll just be a great time. Well, I know that there's just a lot more out there I could talk about. I don't want to take up any more time. I just want to remind everybody, the reason I brought this podcast out and is that we can be an uplifter to each other. And I feel that's super important. It's not what we get from this life, it's what we give. Okay? And it's kind of funny, they say you can't, when you do good, God gives back tenfold. Well, the way I see it is keep doing good, keep learning, keep striving, and the blessings will abound. Okay? The Bible says it. The blessings will abound. Okay? Y'all, you just keep doing the best you can. If you feel like a 5 today, be a 5.25. If you feel like a 9, be a 10. Okay? Remember, y'all, B+. And thank you for being here. All right? Good night.